Okay, so we're gonna talk about 10 things that are bad about Americans and 10 things that are good about American guys. So the first bad thing is that they always tell you what they think.
A little bit too much sometimes.
Yeah, they always say stuff that makes it so awkward.
Yeah, like, oh, are you about to crack your pants? Did your legs get thick and a big booty?
Yeah, or like, do you think I look good? Or do you want to sleep with me? Or,
Yeah, would you swipe right or left on Tinder?
yeah, like, you don't say that, you don't ask that. Um, you want to take the next one?
They're so unpredictable.
Yeah,
You never know.
you can never make plans with an American because they'll always be late or they will not come at all
Or they
or
change the plan at last
yeah,
minute.
they will postpone or they will change their plans or they're just very yeah,
No.
unpredictable.
Yeah.
Um and they have ugly faces.
Yeah. Yeah, Americans are hella ugly also.
They have really like good bodies, but then when they turn around,
It's like, oh,
you're like shit.
darn.
Because Swedish guys often have like pretty faces and like not as hot bodies, but here it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the faces are
they can put a
really.
bag over their head and then have sex with them.
That's totally true. Yeah, and you want to take the style thing.
Oh yeah, their clothes and shoes.
The
Oh,
shoes are the worst.
holy fuck, that's so bad.
Those sailor shoes
Ooh,
and
looks
the
like
baggy
yeah, they look
pants.
like a grandpa or
They,
my old math teacher.
yeah, the thing is they have really good bodies, but they hide them with all of these like saggy clothes and
Yeah, they
like
can just put a bag over everything.
yeah, it's like they walk around in big like bags.
Yeah, not good at all.
Yeah, and the Americans are very short. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm a short girl, but guys here are like my height.
I am kind of tall,
Yeah,
so when I go into a club in high heels, Michelle never lost me. She always see my head because I'm
yeah.
like a head taller than everyone
Like
else.
if you find a guy that's 6 feet here, it's like, wow,
Yeah, but then he has an ugly face.
true. But the short ones doesn't have nice faces either.
No,
So
that's true
gotta
too.
go with the tall ones anyway. Um, wanna take that one?
No, you can do that.
No, they're very sexistic. Like one
Yep.
time, a guy said to me, "Do you want me to let you win?" It's like, really?
When you were bowling.
Yeah, like really? Did you really say that? The game is on, bitch. Like
Yeah.
you don't say that. That's really not okay. And people like girls are supposed to have a certain role and guys are supposed to have another role and the guy is just supposed to be more like dominant.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's everything or nothing with everything. Uh, that one guy is like, "Oh, we're gonna get married, we're gonna get kids, we can stay here forever," and the other guy's like, "Nah, nah." Like, what the
You
fuck?
you can never be friends with an American
No,
guy.
no, no, totally not, totally not.
Because either they want the whole thing or they just want to sleep with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Americans are weird.
Yeah. And they are really boring. The American humor is
It's so
really,
bad,
really
so
bad.
so so
They laugh at like ridiculous things.
like
And
silly.
yeah, and they think that we're mean because we laugh at other people.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, today I went on a really bad day. It was not even the right guy.
That happened to me too.
Yeah, I know, it was so bad. He was so ugly. It's like the extra chin, ugly tattoos, and like a little rose in his face. Fuck.
So yeah,
And
that's food.
but anyway, he took me to a movie. It was a good movie with Will Smith, so I should not complain with that. I was like, he was sitting there, and I was like, yeah, and he was like, "Oh, you didn't get the jokes, huh?" I was like, "No, yeah, I mean, I get them, but I don't think they're funny." I told him like, yeah, we laugh about other people when they get hurt and stuff. He's like, oh, so you like the black and white movies?
What?
Yeah, like the old like,
Oh, when they hit each other.
yeah.
Oh,
And I was like, no, that's not funny. It's funny when they actually get hurt. And he's like, oh, are you serious? Oh no, I'm just kidding. No.
yeah. And Americans can't drink.
No.
They, I mean, when we drink like we drink hard, like
Yeah, you don't remember it.
we get shit faced. But people in America, they're like, I'm feeling kind of tipsy. Maybe I should stop.
Yeah.
They're really boring.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, you're so drunk. You should stop. Like, what the fuck? I'm having a good time.
Or
Don't like.
when you need to take like the drunk nap, in the middle of the night, they're like, "Oh, does she need
Oh yeah.
water?"
She okay?
Yeah, like
Like,
yeah.
yeah, she's fine. I'll take that one.
Oh yeah, they don't know how to act socially.
Just socially incompetent. They're like this close to your face, and
Yeah,
they're like invading your personal space.
and say weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, one guy told me we were watching a movie. This black guy, and he was like, oh, "White people are so stupid." Um, thank you. I guess he's like, "Oh no, you're Swedish." I'm like, "What colors does Swede have? They look white or brown. Maybe I'm pink."
And you
Green?
look yellow.
Green is my color.
Yeah.
Totally. And I was like, yeah, I'm white, And he's like, yeah, but Swedish white and American white is not the same thing.
Yeah. I heard that too. Like, I don't really like white people, white girls. You're Swedish, so it's fine. Well, I don't like American guys. Or what? You don't say that to an American. I mean, you don't say that you don't like white girls to a Swedish girl.
Oh,
We're all white.
if I would say, oh, black people are so stupid. Oh, I'm sorry, but you're American.
Yeah. we would get executed.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. And American guys always talk about their ex. Like,
what happened with your ex? Or
yeah, like, oh, my ex like this. Oh, me and my ex used to do this. Like, what are you talking
my
about? Your
my
ex? You
ex cheated
like
on
hang
me.
with me.
I'm like, okay, I guess that's sad.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Like, oh, my ex broke my heart.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks
Yeah.
for letting me know.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the bad stuff.
We can actually have more bad stuff. We just said 10. So we
Yeah.
can
We don't have enough good stuff to make more.
bad stuff.
Yeah. So the good things, they always pay for you. If you go on a date,
except
they're
today.
gonna pay. He didn't pay for you?
He bought a ticket for the movie and he bought soda and popcorn for himself and didn't ask what I wanted.
Okay, that's
And
a
the funny
first.
thing is, like, he was asking me before we went out if I want to see a movie. I was like, yeah, I would love to, but I'm broke because I had the kids all weekend, so I need to put out money and then I get them back. And he was like, oh yeah, that's fine. We should take a walk. Okay, fine. But when I went there, he was like, oh, I bought a ticket for a movie. It's like, okay, fine. So I guess he was, I mean, if they take you out here in America, they pay. And he ordered for himself, but he didn't ask what I wanted to have.
Or the guy about the Bart. Like, I can pay for
Oh.
half the Bart.
Oh yeah, it was a baseball player. He was playing like in the
I hope he
highest.
doesn't see this.
Oh, that would be awkward. He was playing for the highest league. It's so fucking ugly. And he was like writing to me like in the private, you can see the private photo on Instagram. And he started talking. I was like, okay, fine, I can just talk to you because he's playing baseball because it's kind of cool just to say like, oh god, I met a guy from there. But it was fucking, I'm so ugly. Anyway, he wanted me to come down to Palo Alto when I was living here in Berkeley. I was like, no, I'm not gonna put down money to meet that guy, especially not alone. Not gonna happen. So I was like, no, sorry, I'm broke, and I can't take the Caltrain down and the BART. And he was like, oh, I pay for half of it. If you play for the Dodgers, you have a lot of money. But anyway, I was like, oh, thank you, you're such a gentleman. He was like, oh, thank you, I know.
Yeah, because Americans don't get sarcasm.
I was like, oh yeah.
That's
Awesome
dude. Yeah, so American guys are also very manly and very dominant.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And also, like,
You feel like a woman.
Yeah.
Because in Sweden we're like all the same. Like we could totally be guys. Like
Yeah.
we'd have the same personality as guys in Sweden.
Yeah.
And as we said before, they have really good bodies. They're really ripped, but the face doesn't
No.
doesn't add up.
Yeah. Sometimes it's so bad, even the body helps.
Yeah, and I mean this is Californian guys, so they're all like really healthy and like that's also like
Don't
a
eat
bad
too
thing.
much bad stuff.
They
It's not good for
always
you.
talk about their health. Like, oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't eat that. Like, I eat the hell
I do. I eat
whatever I
whatever I
want.
want to.
But the language is good.
Yeah.
They're
The sig-
native
yeah.
English speakers, so
That's
their
kind of sexy.
accent is really sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
one
it's
of
that
those
thing like
things.
when you talk to someone on the phone you haven't seen or anything.
Oh,
If you call, you go to a party, and they're like, "Oh, hey, get over here." It's
and then you're
like
like, oh, he has to be so hot, and then you
yeah.
see him and like, no. Um,
But they are really like they care about you. They'll always like make sure, oh, text me when you get home.
they're
And if
very
you
thoughtful.
yeah, and if you say like, oh, hey, I don't have any money, except the guy I went out to with today, it was kind of weird. They say, oh, of course I pay for you. I can pick you up. They will always want to make sure they feel good and stuff. So that's a nice thing.
Yeah, they usually always pick you up. They pay for you. They make sure you get home.
Not this guy and drive him home. And
Was he completely American?
I think so.
Bastard.
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know his name, and I don't even know who he is because I was not the guy I was texting with.
That about the name, I remember.
Yeah, Americans and lie
Yeah, that's one thing too. Americans lie all the time.
all the time.
All the time.
But I do that too when I'm drunk.
Yeah, when you're drunk, they lie all the time.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, they're also very open
To new stuff.
Like they want to try new stuff and they're open to like different kinds of people. While Swedish people are the opposite. We're very like judging.
Yeah.
They're very open to like every kind of people, especially in the Bay Area.
Yeah, and especially like if you want to try some new stuff, they're always in for it.
Yeah. And they're very good at giving compliments.
I hate that.
I know because we're not used to it. They're like, "Oh, you're so pretty,"
especially
and they're like,
here, thick is a good word.
Yeah.
Oh, I like your thick legs. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm not fat. Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit fat, but
didn't you ask one of the guys if
yeah,
that he meant that you were fat?
Yeah, I said I don't like when people call me fat. He's like, oh, it's a good thing. I'm like, yeah, but in Sweden it's like saying someone's fat. And then so I asked another guy, I was like, why does people say that you're thick? It's not nice at all. He's like, oh, that's a super good thing. That's like awesome to be thick. I'm like, dude, I don't want to be thick. It's nice at all.
But that's just because all American girls are like
Skinny
skin
bitches.
and bone.
Skinny bitches.
Skin and bones. Yeah. I mean, I could bet that they weigh like half our weight.
Oh, totally. Totally. If I lay over American girls, you'll die. I'm like a seal.
Yeah, that's also why they
Greenpeace will
touch
come
your fat all the time.
Yeah, they're like grabbing your arms and stuff. I mean, when we go to Miami now, we'll be on the beach. Greenpeace will come and put us down again.
And they're very like talented at one thing.
Yeah.
In Sweden, we're like handy. We can do like a lot of things, but we're not like the best at one thing.
I mean, hey, usually the guys are like good at sport, some type of sport. They're really good. Like they get scholarships to the schools, or like music, or stuff like that. But it's just one thing. If you ask for something else, it's like,
yeah. And they're very understanding. If you have to like reschedule, they're just like, yeah, text me when you have time. It's fine. We can just take it another day.
Yeah.
Well, it's like if you would do that to a Swedish guy, he's like, yeah, sure, you're just pulling me off. Like,
yeah. That's a good thing if you want to lie and don't meet them.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is also good and bad. I mean, they are really like family first.
Yeah.
So usually if you start meeting a guy, I mean, like first date, they start talking about their family. It's like, hey, dude, I don't barely know you yet. I don't want to meet your mom.
They can talk about their family before they talk about like their age or like what
Yeah,
school they go to or
yeah, family always.
yeah. Yeah, I think that was what we had.
Yeah.
The 10 good and bad things about American guys. Californian American guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.